Good evening, dear colleagues and teacher. This evening, we want to share with you our presentation about barriers that bilingual education faces in the 21st century. This is done by Laura Tatiana Giraldo, Marta Lucero Lopez, and me, Mayra Calderon. This is our table of contents. First, let's talk about what bilingualism means. Second, how to become bilingual. Third, bilingualism in education. And fourth, reflection about our pedagogical practices. So let's talk about bilingualism. First of all, this is our definition about the reading. So this is a summarize. Bilingualism is a very broad term, not only describing a person's ability to speak the native language and additional language. It encompasses a number of characteristics such as personal needs, culture, and sudden changes. This is our classification about the reading. The categories are personal needs are all the things that you need according to your needs. What are the uses for the language? For your work, for your personal development, and for a new job? Well, it's personal. About the culture, when you are learning a new language, you also learn about their customs and tradition. Probably you can take and apply some for you, and also you can change your own traditions for the new ones. And the third category, sudden changes. Probably you are in a different country, new things there. So this is the most common cases for the immigrants persons.
Stages in bilingualism development. Bilingualism in early stages. We have simultaneously and sequentially. Simultaneously, when a person is exposed or two or more languages simultaneously. What happened with that? Example where the father is speaking English and where the mother is speaking French, and the kids are exposed both languages. Sequential. First language at home and second language in other place or at school. Next one. Reason early bilingualism in order to survive and function within a society. And the second is the same important. People find necessity to learn another language. What happened with this? When the people needs to move other country and when the people meet a new person and they need to speak with him or her. Early simultaneously bilingualism. Learning are exposed to languages at home and another outside, could be at the school. Since they are babies, they are able to respond according to the linguistic code given by others without thinking in grammar structure. Some aspect involved on early bilingualism. The person-language bond is so important, the link with the other person. Translating, language choice, code switching, and playing with the language. All of them are so important to try to speak to the other person in the best way.
Okay, now let's talk about bilingualism in education. There are some studies that have shown bilinguals are thought to have better thinking abilities and benefits in the development of IQ. So we have in education, when we are learning a language, code switching, translanguaging, and plurilingualism. And the first one is code switching, is when a speaker alternates between two or more languages in a single conversation. For instance, in our school where I work for, it's like mixing the languages. It's so common when we are learning. We try to give the instructions in both languages at the same time, like simultaneously. We change the codes in Spanish and in English. Translanguaging, it allows students to use their first language to make meaning in a specific pedagogical task. So both languages are able to use when you want to. So this is like one integrated system. Um, in contrast to code switching, that is two separated systems of languages, that is like translating words or mixing Spanish and English in the same sentence. Plurilingualism, it's the ability a person has to use various languages in a communicative intercultural approach. We have some barriers that we found out when reading well this, and we reflect in our pedagogical practices in the school where we work for. So let's go, Lucerito.
Students only face a second language at the school. At home, they don't practice the second language. Airplanes in my house. And the students don't feel the need to express themselves in English since they know that the teacher is speaking in Spanish, excuse me.
Okay, for example.
Let's check this video.
I have a lot of fruit in my magic box. I have banana, tomato, lemon, a lot of fruit, apple. I have healthy food and unhealthy food. Do you know what is this? And do you know what is this? And you know this is healthy food or unhealthy food? Healthy.
Yeah, can you see that in the video? The teacher asked in English, she doesn't translate, but she understands what she's asking for. So the response, it doesn't matter if it is in English or in Spanish, this is translanguaging. This is another video that we have for first grader child.
Oh my. Oh my.
The text is in English. This is math subject. She's reading a word problem, and the barrier is that learners are denied to use of their home language, and this can have implication emotionally and educationally. When she finishes reading this, she doesn't find the text like easy to understand. What makes feel her frustrated? She thinks that she's not good at English, or maybe at math. So she deals with content as well as with the language. So I think that translanguaging would be super nice because both languages would be allowed to use. The next one, well, the situation is my son doing homework. This is social studies homework. A topic, parties, Liberal Party and Conservative Party.
Socialism because have religious.
Have what?
Religious.
Beliefs.
Beliefs to a person you can no can.
Okay, we can notice in the video that he doesn't find the exactly word to use. So currently we have some bilingual institutions that do not let the students express themselves in both languages to make their learning more accessible. For instance, talking about our own culture in the target language. So this is something that belongs to us and we are not able to express that in our home language. So this is a barrier that we have when learning well, in this case, English, right? These as well regarding to the 21st century skills, as they are critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. They are going to find difficult to communicate freely, and this can have some hard difficulties in their content and their learning process. Yeah. So, well, this is all for our presentation. We hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.